Hello, I'm Sensei Alex Kakuyo, North American contributor for Buddhist Global. Thanks for joining me for this episode of The Ordinary Buddhist. The title of today's Dharma talk is Filling the Garden Bed. Before we get into that, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified when I post talks in the future. If you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, that'd be great too. As the weather gets warmer, soon it'll be time to plant seeds in the garden. Some of those seeds went into the greenhouse and they've already been planted, the greenhouse providing protection enough that we didn't have to worry about the seedlings being killed by frost. But for the ones that are going to be planted in our outdoor garden beds, well, they need a little extra time. Probably 2 more weeks. Sometime in early May, we'll be able to get them into the ground. But before we can do that, first we must prepare the garden beds. Now, one might think that filling a garden bed would be easy. There's plenty of dirt to go around. Just dig some out of the yard, put it in the bed, and call it a day. However, life's a bit more complicated than that. You see, for most people, the soil they have in their yard is plenty nutritious enough for grass or shrubbery, but it doesn't have all of the nutrients and minerals that vegetables need in order to grow. They require a special diet that can only be gathered through topsoil. So, every year, one of the rituals we go about here on the homestead is putting more topsoil in our garden beds to replace what was used up the previous year. Now, this can be challenging work. Depending on the condition of the bed, we may have to start from scratch. Or it may be in a situation where it just needs the lightest dusting of new soil before it's ready to grow new food. It depends on a lot of different variables, and sometimes you don't know what you're getting into until the snow melts and you can see the condition of the bed now that it's gone through the fall and winter months. However, if we're willing to do this work, to gather the soil, to place it in the bed, then a wonderful harvest can be grown. This is true of gardening, but it's also true of our spiritual practice. We might think that we should naturally be able to go through life being calm, cool, and collected, unbothered by the vicissitudes and sufferings that we experience in daily life. But this simply isn't the case. In much the same way that a garden bed must be prepared before it can grow vegetables, we as Buddhists must be prepared before we can grow our Buddha nature, before we can live life in a calm and orderly manner. To do this, we must engage in the Buddhist practices, the 4 Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, the 6 Perfections. This is the soil that we put in the garden bed of our mind that allows the seed of enlightenment to grow. If we're willing to put in the extra work, swallow our pride, grab a shovel, and put some topsoil into the bed, if we engage in the traditional Buddhist practices I mentioned before, the seed of enlightenment will grow in our minds in much the same way that a tomato might grow in the